Okay, what's up, guys? We are here with the Mike and Ike podcast, and that's not the candy. That is Michael Badgley and Isaac Rochelle. And what we do is we bring players on, and we have a conversation, and we hear their story from their perspective. So today we have Nick Dzubnar,
Nick Dzubnar.
However you say it.
Let me introduce this guy a little bit. He's a linebacker, number 48 for the Los Angeles Chargers. From Mission Viejo, played at Mission Viejo High School.
That's impressive.
Led the team in tackles, goes to Cal Poly, comes here undrafted, and he's an automatic linebacker star for our special teams.
There we go.
I wanted to throw
That's
that.
how you needed to finish it. I was going to say, wait a second.
I had to throw that in there. But what's up, Nick? How you doing today, man?
I'm doing really good. I'm happy to be here. I was really excited until I heard the name that you guys were going to call this the Mike and Ike Show.
It's the candy. It's a play off the candy.
I'm not dumb. I understand it's a play off the candy. I just think
I don't know. California people
ridiculous.
don't eat sweets or sugar or anything like that. So
I eat sweets.
Here's the thing, Nick. You are our first guest. So for you to come on here and start off like that.
Let's go start off with a banger. Yeah.
All right, Zub, we want to just hear your story, but I want to start off by just you taking us all the way back to high school Zub, before he's even the football phenom that he is now. Take us to, like, when you first started playing football and then going into high school.
It all started when my mother gave birth to me in Anaheim.
And I was born great.
Some people have greatness bestowed upon them. What was the question? You want me to start back and you want me to just brag about myself? That feels really weird.
Just talk to us about when, like...
All right, I got you. So, I have a little brother. We were very physical kids, always wrestling, drive my mom crazy, always wrestling with friends, all stuff like that. And I remember I had my parents had a family friends and stuff like that. I went to one of my friends, he was older than me. I went to one of their Pop Warner practices, like Mighty Might, the first thing you can go to, right? I was too young to play, but I went and watched my friend play practice, and I remember looking back at my dad, and I go, Dad, are these guys getting in trouble for hitting kids?
I remember this story.
And my dad's like, no, they're not getting in trouble. You're allowed to hit kids out here. Like, do you want to maybe do this? I was like, yeah, sign me up. So obviously that's where it took off. Next year I'm in football and stuff like that, but...
So what year is that? What was the year again?
I couldn't tell you. Mighty Mites. I mean, it's like Pop Warner, whatever the earliest was for Pop Warner.
But we were looking at the bio. Like, you've played tons of sports.
Yeah, Nick, here, early life, Wikipedia, very...
yeah, I wrote that.
Yes,
I wrote that.
You wrote this just to give yourself some clout out there. It says you played football, hockey, and wrestling.
Well, that was just high school.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So growing
we grew up playing every single sport. I mean, we grew up playing every sport. Baseball. I'll tell you another funny story. I even played soccer growing up. I think I've told you guys a story too. But
I love it.
One day, we're young, we're kids, we're playing soccer, not really know what we're doing, we're just chasing balls around, But I remember we came out and the team had the same color jersey as us, and my dad, I think, suggested, hey, Nick, go ahead and take your jersey off. These guys will be the skins, you guys will be jerseys. And one of the moms screamed, we can't do that, we didn't bring sunscreen for him. And my dad was quickly, this has been fun, we are leaving, and soccer's done with. So no more soccer for me.
Are we going to again act like that's just not a totally California thing?
To play without a shirt on?
The sunscreen comment. In Georgia, we're just getting kicked out in the mud like, all right, go figure it out.
That's how I was raised too. I couldn't believe that either. But, some people are crazy about their kids' skin. They don't want them to have wrinkles when they're older, I guess. Good for them. But
yeah, I don't get it.
I'm not that worried about it.
So at any point when you were younger, so we're going to fast forward to being in high school.
Yeah.
You're playing all these sports. Mm-hmm. At what point were you like, all right, football might be my main thing? Or were you like, all right, I low-key might get a scholarship doing hockey or wrestling or something else? Or did you know?
It was actually tough. It was kind of a toss-up between all three. Wrestling.
What a beast.
Wrestling.
What a beast.
I'm going to be honest. Wrestling was my least favorite sport. I really did not like wrestling. I hated wrestling practice.
You were probably getting dish ragged out there, huh?
No,
absolutely. Thrown around the ring.
Absolutely not.
Pinned every 3 seconds.
You don't get scholarships for that, badge.
Yeah, well, everyone
you
needs
you end up a kicker when that happens.
Everyone needs a tackling dummy, Nick. Okay.
Let me just throw you around a lot like a rag doll here on the mat for a couple minutes. No, but I was just. I think growing up, my dad was a wrestler. Me and Colin, my little brother, wrestled all the time. So we were naturally, I think, just really good wrestlers and stuff. but I really didn't like wrestling. The only reason I stuck with wrestling because I think it was so beneficial to the way I played football, taking on O-linemen and wrestling these guys. I mean, you guys know my signature move out here against O-linemen, if I'm mad, is a casual hip toss here and there.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, hip dish rag move.
Good old Gary Bertier running around out there.
They love that. So it could have been anything.
It was going to be hockey or football. It wasn't wrestling. I got some interest from wrestling, but I knew I didn't want to wrestle in college. Hockey was the sport that I loved the most, but I know that would have required the biggest sacrifice because I knew I would have had to go Canada or Midwest, East Coast.
Well, here we go. Here we go.
What are we
Let's be honest.
Mm-hmm.
This is a Southern California area, and this guy's talking about playing hockey.
Let me interrupt
Now
you.
listen,
real
I got
quick.
respect for the Ducks. I got respect for the
Quack,
Kings.
quack.
But I come from the North. I'm from Jersey. We got good hockey out there, and you're trying to tell me that you were good enough to go play at the next level in hockey?
I'm just telling you I was recruited to.
I respect. Listen, I have no reason to say you weren't.
Yeah.
But I will sit here in this chair and I'll tell you to your face
Here we go.
that I am
Here
a
we
lot
go.
better at hockey than you are.
Look, we could play this cat and mouse game all you want, Badge. But I'm telling you right now,
I'll skate circles around you.
you can't skate circles around me if I put you through the freaking glass, bro.
If he dish rags you again, so dish rag for the listeners.
I'll tell you
dish
this.
rag is when you get manhandled.
Okay, this is the one part I'm going to subtly brag about myself and my
Okay, here
hockey
we go.
skills. I was a very physical hockey player.
Talk to him.
I had goals in hockey. When I finished playing hockey, I was satisfied because I did these certain things. I knocked a kid out cold in hockey, hit multiple kids over the boards. You know what I mean? That's so disrespectful when you knock them over
Oh,
the
yeah.
bench.
I mean, their parents are crying in the stands.
and I've also
and they need sunscreen.
and I've also hit a kid through the glass.
Wow.
That's savage. In high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
That's savage.
So let's
Like I almost fought dads when I was in the penalty box because I hit their son, and they're coming over to yell at me.
So let's put it this way. Nick was basically a bender.
No,
Which
also
means
not
he couldn't
true.
even tie his
See,
skates
this is
without
not
his
true
dad
either.
coming into the locker room.
Oh, that's
and
killing me.
he was an enforcer out there, which he probably
You
would
gotta have one.
I
You
was an
would put-
enforcer that took it north and south with the freaking puck. All right.
Okay. Okay.
Now
let's
I'm getting heated.
let's move on from hockey. We get it. You're a good hockey player out here in California.
So you,
Here in California.
yeah, right, out in the sun. So hockey, wrestling becomes irrelevant because you obviously went and played college football. And
Correct.
we were reading this, UNLV, New Hampshire, Cal Poly. You had these offers, and these were kind of the schools that you were thinking about.
Yeah.
Your dad, Michael,
Yeah.
little stat drop, went to Cal Poly.
Yeah.
So at what point did you say, all right, I'm playing football, I've got these schools, and I think I want to go to Cal Poly?
We had a lot of interest from the schools. We didn't have any huge D1 offers like UCLA, USC, anyone like that. We had the UNLV, Nevada, Wyoming, stuff like that. Cal Poly gave me my first offer, and they offered me really early, whether it was late junior year or really early senior season. I can't remember, but they offered me early. And my grandparents actually live up in Cal Poly area, so
Which is, what city is that?
San Luis Obispo.
Okay.
So my
Hence
grandparents,
the whole name.
yeah. So, yeah.
Just can we get that one time, the whole name?
The California Polytechnic State University of San Luis Obispo. Here we go. So my grandparents retired up there, so I grew up going to Cal Poly for vacations, Thanksgiving, all this stuff. So I love the area. My dad graduated there, so they offered me early, and I thought to myself, I could be a 4-year starter there at Cal Poly, so that's where I wanted to go.
Now, did you ever, what was your dream school? Everyone's got like a school they wanted to go to. What was?
Other than Cal Poly.
I think growing up when I was a kid, for whatever reason, I loved Michigan and I loved Colorado Boulder. Whether it was just location or just something about Michigan's uniforms or something like that. But those two were like, oh man, it'd be cool to go there or to play football there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know about Boulder, but I get Michigan. I don't know the Boulder thing. I don't get.
Well, that's what I was saying. Location.
That's true.
Because I'd probably just enjoy being up there.
Well, it looks like some of those schools missed out on you. I mean, shoot, I'm reading you got 414 total tackles.
Which is crazy.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of crazy stuff.
Tackle and fuel.
I want to. So you got there. I mean, reading through this, you redshirted your first year.
Yeah.
So you
That was part of
slept on.
Part of year. Yeah.
Which so it's unreal. You're like, best year of college
Freshman
was the
year,
first
I don't
year.
have to travel. Part of year. Okay, cool.
yeah. All right, sweet.
That is so. I didn't get the red shirt, so I don't even know what.
All right, subtle big time. Jeez.
Yeah. Whoa.
Keyword: I didn't get to red shirt. I didn't get to experience.
Well,
it.
here's the other thing. Neither did I. Not a big deal.
Not a big deal.
Bro, you were at a military school.
Yeah, what
you're right.
opposite
Didn't
of
you have to go to a
regular.
military school? Like,
It's
were you
the
that like
opposite.
dysfunctional as a adolescent? They're
Listen,
like, you got to go to a
They're like,
military
you're a
school.
degenerate. You're going to
Typical
military.
Jersey kid. We
We're
got to send
here-
him into a military
listen,
camp.
we could talk about me all day, Nick, but we're here for you. Okay.
That's classic swerve.
Yeah.
So, I didn't even get to
Next
finish.
subject.
You had just being at Cal Poly, you literally had 414 tackles, 5 picks, 7 forced fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries, and 5 sacks. So you were a stud. You were walking around campus with your chest out.
Yeah.
Were you the guy? They're like, yeah, that's Dzubnar. Half of them don't know how to say your last name, which is fine.
Yeah, every school we went to, no one knew how to say it, but yeah.
Yeah, but 414 is crazy. But I'm saying, so you started your first year playing, like you led the team in tackles.
Yeah, I think I led the team in tackles every year, to be honest.
Ooh, what a beast!
Well, I think
Not bad.
not a big deal.
Not a big deal.
Yeah, I mean,
I just remember going to college. Every year is my goal to get over 100 tackles. So that's what I set out to try to do.
So when kind of you're going through college, you're having this incredible career. What year or when did you really tell yourself I could go pro?
Well, I knew Cal Poly, it's obviously not a breeder for draft picks. You know what I mean? We have 1 or 2 guys every year that's usually has an opportunity to make it or may get a late round draft pick, unless you're a freak. We have had some freak athletes that have been draft picks and stuff. Asa Jackson. Oh man, I'm spacing on our wide receiver who's been with the Giants and stuff.
Oh, Ramses Barton.
Ramses Barton, yes.
Yeah.
So we have had some freak athletes that have been drafted and everything, but for the most part, there's a couple guys a year that'll get a shot or an opportunity. And it kind of grew every year when you look at the older guys and see, okay, he got a shot. Maybe I think I can do that. You know what I mean? And each year you have success, and that kind of builds more and more and more. And then the senior year, I think I had
you fired off your senior year.
my senior year.
167 tackles.
bullying people.
Yeah.
167 tackles.
Going into my senior year, I was like, all right, there's some interest out there, but I really want to set myself apart so I could be noticed at the NFL level. And thankfully, I had a good year.
So it was. So you're saying that you said each year it built up, but senior year you were like, yeah, I can play in the NFL.
Yeah, I think I think midway through my junior year and going into my senior year is like I deserve a shot in the NFL.
I mean, 100%, bro. 167 tackles. You're averaging double-digit tackles a game.
Yeah, I think there was only maybe one game my senior year where I didn't have double-digit tackles. There were a couple games I had like 21 or 23 tackles.
Bro,
a game.
we're gonna get to the Sacramento State game where you fired off.
Oh yeah,
Bro,
that's a good one.
Fired off. But I wanna know about the Big Sky Conference. Like, were there good players in the Big Sky Conference?
Oh, yeah.
Were they putting out big names? Because
Yeah.
I don't really know the Big Sky Conference that.
Big Sky is a very, very good conference at the FCS level. Like, I think it's the top at the FCS level. You got the Montana States. The Big Sky is always going to have draft picks.
So if you're getting
people are gonna be in the
recognized
draft. Yeah.
in the Big Sky, you're gonna get your shot.
I would. Yeah, that was my mindset. Yeah. It's not in the North Dakota State conference. They're the top FCS team. Obviously, we've had to hear it.
Yeah,
Throughout the years,
Kyle
Easton State, Kyle
Emanuel, Gus Bradley.
All these guys. I don't
Easton
know.
State.
What are we even talking about?
So they're in a bum.
Not a big deal.
They're in a bum conference. We're in a hard conference.
Yeah.
I mean, Bads can ask you about the Sacramento State game because this is out of control.
I mean, just you remember that game?
Yeah.
Were you just on one that day?
let's
Did you
just
do
read-
something special? Yeah, give him the
read the
stats.
stat line. So, Nick Dzubnar with 19 total tackles, 5 were solo. So you're just flying around the ball. 11 hats to the ball,
Flying.
half a sack, 1 interception, returned for 38 yards.
So, yeah. I mean, all my success has always been from my effort and motor and just probably, anger towards everything. You know what I mean? Like, I want to make every single tackle. That's why I've had success here on special teams, because I really want to make every single tackle. And if I'm on a return game, if my guy makes a tackle, like, I just failed.
Yeah.
That's my mindset. You have to do everything right, and I want to get on every tackle. That's how it was in college, too. So I'm sideline to sideline in college. The Sac State game, I remember specifically I got the pick. My little brother came up with this little Sasquatch celebration, and I remember I got a pick. I don't remember how much I returned it for. I didn't get a touchdown, but I did the Sasquatch dance or walk or whatever it was to celebrate. Got a penalty. Head coach comes over. He's
Worth
like,
it.
Head
Totally worth
coach
it.
was kind of mad, but I told him it was.
You're like,
worth
Coach,
it."
all the tackles.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you really care about the celebration?
And the kick return was actually an onside kick. So they onside kicked it, and I robbed it and ran right through it.
Wow. That's a nice transition though into the NFL career, because you're just saying you've carried that mentality, which
It's been the same mentality throughout, ever since high school. Yeah.
bro, when you started football, you saw people hitting each other. You're like, yeah, I need to do
Right.
that. All right,
Yeah.
I'm still gonna be doing
Yeah.
that. 'Cause I'm in the NFL.
His dad was saying, yeah, you can do that without any sunscreen on.
Shirt on, off, we don't care. Go smack somebody. So, I mean, your story is you were undrafted. Obviously, you've been with the Chargers your entire career. Didn't get a combine invite, like really came from the gutter.
But let's,
Yeah,
the reality of it is it is solely because of the low exposure that Cal Poly gets. Because if you look at your numbers,
It's crazy.
you're a freak. You're a freak of nature.
Go tell the guys up top.
Yeah, you know what? The podcast is over. We're going to talk to them.
Give them the Wikipedia page.
We're going to go talk to them.
I mean,
But you're right.
you're smoking me in a race. I'll give you that credit.
And on skates, too.
Yeah, you know what? After seeing these numbers, I'm not messing with you. 29 bench press reps.
Oh, shoot. I didn't even look at the measurables.
I mean, yeah.
We're pumping his tires, but seriously, these are
This
good.
is a great podcast. I'll do this every week.
Just before every game, we can just do this. Was there frustration, though? Like, I mean, you do have crazy numbers. Your stats in college were crazy, and then you don't get a combine invite.
Yeah, salty.
Yeah, super salty.
Well,
and then you don't get drafted.
And I think, too, I was obviously FCS guy, but I felt like I did enough to get these invites to all-star games, combine, stuff like that. So I didn't even get an all-star game invite.
To none of them.
No East-West Shrine. Like, there were a couple bottom ones that no one really
the
knows about.
NFLPA Bowl.
Yeah, no, I didn't get anything from the NFLPA Bowl. You know,
NFLPA
and
Bowl.
stuff like that. And then you look around and you look the guys on the roster there, and you're just like, these guys got freaking invited over.
Yeah, what are we
you know?
doing?
So salt level built, no combine invite, salt level built, and then you're like,
You're brewing. You're ready to be great.
You're brewing, and then you're just like, I gotta ball out on my pro day. Like, I need to hit really good numbers on my pro day to solidify the fact that this isn't a fluke. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy.
It is. There's really no other way
I
to.
mean, I'm literally been looking at these numbers. 4.640. 20 yards shuttle split. 20-yard shuttle.
I had a good shuttle. Yeah.
Well, you're a
4.6,
4.6 guy. I'm rounding down. You're a 4.5 guy.
Yeah, I had a good shuttle.
You're 4.59.
3-cone is in the sixes.
Oh, 3-cone was good too. Yeah.
I mean, if I'd go out there and do it now, I'm in like the 7-8 seconds. I mean,
Not a big deal.
I mean, I'm a D lineman and I got 25 reps. That's embarrassing. But yeah, the numbers are crazy. But I feel like it really has fueled you to get to where you are, because this is year 5 for you?
Yeah, year 5.
And you've been with the same team.
Mm-hmm.
You're one of how many left from your class?
Not a lot. I came in with Denzel. I'm trying to think of how many guys are left.
I mean, it doesn't matter. 5 years is incredible.
It really might just be me and Denzel, to be honest, that are still with that same entering class.
Because who was your first rounder? Jason Verrett?
No. Denzel was 2. Melvin Gordon.
Melvin Gordon.
So he's
yeah. Wait, listen, that's not for the podcast.
Cut this.
What are we doing?
and then that was the year they drafted Kyle too. So Kyle was with me, but he's no longer playing.
Yeah, R.I.P. Kyle. But what was it like to get that phone call, though, and be like, all right, I'm going to the Chargers?
That was even more frustration too, because then you're sitting there draft day thinking, okay, I had a heck of a career at Cal Poly.
Yeah.
Really good pro day numbers. I'm like, look, I'm beating the odds. I'm doing everything you thought I couldn't do, and I'm doing it. Like, what else do I need to do? So I'm really hoping I get that late round call, you know what I mean? And then draft ends. Then the Chargers contacted me first, and they contacted me early because I don't think they had a 7th round pick that year. So I think as soon as they were done with their 6th pick, they started getting their undrafted guys.
Yeah,
So they called first. And then we were like, okay, well, let's just wait until the draft ends. And then I remember there was probably like a 5-minute period when the draft ended, and I wasn't really getting any calls. And I was like, okay, I guess it's just going to be the Chargers. Like, I thought I'd have some more interest, call back the Chargers. I'm like, well, no, sorry. We started waiting, and I was getting frustrated because there weren't calls coming in. And then all of a sudden it was like, multiple teams, Redskins, Kansas City, Raiders. And then everyone started calling and stuff like that. But that's when I told my agent, I was like, look, Chargers contact us first. They've showed us a lot of interest. You know, we like the way it looks. I love being in Southern California, so let's stick with the Chargers and make a happy relationship here.
Yeah. No, I remember the anxiety of that draft day.
It sucks, man.
You know, especially when
as a kicker, you're not. Were you expecting to get drafted?
You know, everyone expects to get drafted. You tell me, you tell me there's one. Like, you know, Isaac.
Your agent is your hype man. He's hyping
there's
you
people
up.
that are sitting there that are like, all right, I'm not going to get drafted. Wherever I go, I got my mind right.
Well, listen, Isaac was drafted, so he can't really put his intake on this.
Yeah, congrats,
with us, Nick. So sorry, Isaac. But you're sitting there. No,
You're
exactly,
trash.
exactly like what Nick says. You have everything built up where you think in your head. You know, there's a chance you're going to get drafted, and you're thinking, why not? I mean,
you look at your. You should have felt that way.
You look at your numbers. Oh, I shouldn't have.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, literally exactly what I'm saying.
Well, whatever, you know. But then it turns into the calls after the draft, and you know you want to be mad, but at the same time you want to be fired up because you got a shot. So I remember when I said the Colts gave me a call, and I said, yeah, I'm coming there. I knew what I was walking into with Vinatieri being there, but I knew it was a chance to get my foot in the door.
Right.
That's exactly what helped me out. So
you got to get the film.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially for you being able to even just learn and hang out with Vinatieri too. I mean
that dude's he's a legend.
I mean, he's playing literally my whole life. This is his 24th season.
He's played 24 seasons.
Yeah, this is his 24th season.
He's made some change.
Listen, his 401k account is crazy.
Change.
Okay, listen, we're playing.
He's already getting his pension.
He's already getting money from his 401k.
Like you get it when you're 55. All right, I'll start collecting that now.
We're playing. Hey, we're playing this guy. let's not pump his tires.
He'll still get pressed out.
Yeah, freaking bum.
He'll get pressed out.
Here now.
Block a kick. I'm knocking him out.
Yeah. Now we got to cut this too. Sorry,
He'll
guys.
Get pressed out. But I just want to. We're gonna just put your whole NFL career in one like lump question. What does it take now, like looking back, somebody in your same position to be here now for 5 years and be where you're at? Like, what does it take to be the next Nick Dzubnar? Not that there will be one.
Now, time out. Do they have to be their high school president?
Yeah, I was gonna ask that at the end. I wasn't gonna let that go.
They for sure do. Tells me what type of person they are. You know what's so funny is I was the senior class president in my class, and I'm coming into my 10-year reunion.
You got to plan it.
I have to plan the 10-year reunion.
I was class president and had to plan my 5.
I can't even begin to tell you how much of a bust it is. So the cool thing is actually
we're getting drunk. We're drinking and hanging out.
Here's a fun fact. So wife, she's my high school sweetheart. She was my vice president.
Whoa.
In high school. So I told her, sweetheart.
That's a little. Hey,
what's going on?
I was like, hey, Michelle.
Say that. Yeah, we gotta cut that.
That's the thing.
So I told Michelle she needs to help me plan the 10-year reunion. She said I'm not even going to that reunion. So
wow,
bro, you just do something easy. Let's meet at. Anywhere.
I'm hiring a company to do it. I'm not doing it. There's no way.
Listen, that's what 5 years gets you.
Yeah, I started a Facebook group. That's about all I'm gonna do. I'll let him know where it's at and when it's at.
So basically, to answer your question of how is there another Nick Dzubnar, what he wants to say is they're hard to come by.
They're once in a lifetime.
There's only one Nick Dzubnar.
It's just that same mentality, you know what I mean? That same mentality from a very early age. I don't know. You could develop it, I'm sure, but I mean, you got to be hungry. It's like nothing. I feel like nothing came easy for me in my life, and it made me that much tougher to where I really had to prove people wrong, and I love that.
I'm still trying to, man. That's the best part about it.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Bro, you have to. You guys know this. You have to come in here every day, just like
every day.
They're trying to cut me today.
Every day is a job interview.
Every day is a job interview. Oh,
every single day is a job interview, and it's fun to compete. No one likes to look bad at practice, anything like that. Like I think.
Well, and everything's evaluated.
And you have to be so competitive in this league and stuff like that. That's why I really, really like talking trash to everyone on the offense, getting these guys going.
No doubt.
I love practice for that reason.
Well, and I think shout out to Michael and Margaret. It was on your page, so now we know the parents' name.
Yeah.
But seriously, like, just literally from the beginning, and it comes full circle, like your dad being like, we're not doing this. These people are talking about sunscreen. We're talking about smacking each other. Like, it's two totally different conversations. It starts with how you're raised.
Yeah. How you're raised. Hockey has a big impact on the way I play sports, for sure. And then I also wasn't a very big kid growing up either. Like, I was a late bloomer. I hit puberty late. I really didn't grow until later in high school. So all my success in hockey and stuff like that before high school was all just, I was the small guy just being
Hard
that,
nosed.
Yeah, the
Lunch
hard-nosed
pail.
little guy.
So you were like me
Give me my
before
lunch
I
pail.
just
Listen,
never grew
Yeah,
up.
I was like your
Stop
size
pumping.
now.
That's just like, so you
So
were me
we're the
right
same
now.
guy. Okay.
All right. I mean, do you have any closing questions?
I mean, I think it'd be fun to close it with something fun. You know, kind of. We've had this debate, Nick. You've probably even done it before, but
Yes, water's wet.
okay.
Is that what
no,
you're gonna ask?
No, no,
Yeah,
no.
wait, listen, would have been a
Is
perfectly
water
good
wet?
question. Is water wet?
Is the sun hot?
What?
We're not doing that.
I'm like, all right, what are we doing?
Okay.
Talk to him.
Would you rather be stuck in the middle of the ocean?
He was at the table when we were discussing this.
Put me in the jungle.
Now,
I'm fighting off
we're
jaguars.
now this is just gonna turn into us gunning Badge.
Listen, this is all getting cut. You can cut the end part of this.
Why are we looking at the camera?
no, I
Let's
mean-
look at you, boy.
No. Okay.
Boy. All right. For the podcast though, would you rather be stuck in the middle of the ocean for 24 hours, or be stuck in the rainforest for 24 hours?
Bring on the rainforest.
And your reason is?
Look, I grew up in the ocean. I think people underestimate the ocean. Like, it completely depends on where you're getting dropped in the ocean, but that's a really freaky feeling, being left in the middle of the ocean at night. Like,
You
you're
have- you have
freaking
a
out.
floaty though, which
Terrifying.
is crucial.
Well,
Terrifying.
that wasn't, I mean, you have a life.
You're not
Life
same
jacket,
thing. You're not having
right?
to tread water for 24 hours.
I'm
though.
taking the land.
Yeah, give me land.
I don't
think-
care about snakes, jaguars, anything.
Yeah.
You have a fighting chance there.
You brought up the best point when we were sitting there. Zub said you can at least look at what's coming at you.
Yeah. If a shark wants you, you're done. There's no
But-
fighting anything in there.
And this doesn't need to be the whole podcast, but my thing with it is if a crazy animal came up and was going to attack you,
I'm going out. I'm going out with a bang.
yeah, I just feel like playing your odds in the ocean, you might not get touched.
You might not get touched, but you're not fighting anything off. You're on land, you have a chance to fight
You're
something
thinking.
off.
Your
And-
head's playing games with you. You're getting touched by something in your head.
Absolutely. And if you're on land and you fight something off,
I don't
how
know.
cool of a story is that?
Yeah.
Well, then you're Nick Dzubnar.
But I also do agree. I don't understand the fear of sharks, even just people going to the beach. I never understood that.
Bro, because they can delete you immediately.
Oh my God.
What are we talking
I
about?
think it's more likely for someone to get smashed by a vending machine than a shark to even come up near you.
You know, I think the numbers support that.
Yeah.
Vending machine smashing
So people are so paranoid about these sharks just because they watch Shark Week and stuff like that. Let alone, let's pretend you get attacked by a shark and you're okay. Let's pretend you don't even lose a limb. It just took a little piece of your forearm. And then people are like, I'm so afraid of the ocean. You're telling me you're more afraid of getting back in the water and getting attacked by a shark twice?
Yeah, the odds are in your favor.
Look, you get attacked by a shark twice, it's time for you to go.
Yeah.
That's true. That's the good Lord calling you home. All right, Zub. I think Badge would agree. We really appreciate you coming on and helping us do this for the first time. I think it went really well.
I think we're just going to make the show Nick, Badge, and Ike. So, yeah, I'll be here next week. I'll be joined.
You know, I'm not
Same
opposed
exact
to that. if we had us three, listen.
Yeah, we don't need other people. Let's just talk about random stuff every week.
Would you rather?
No, I'm saying then we bring a guest. I think if it was us three, I mean, Nick brings a humor quality to it.
No doubt. All right. I think we're good to go. Thanks.
All right, see you guys.